Within minutes of each other, one former Trump aide owned up to his wrongdoings, while another had a judge read out his. Lawyer Michael Cohen once said he would take a bullet for Trump, but on Tuesday, he admitted he was directed to pay hush money to two women who said they had affairs with Donald Trump. While the US president has denied any knowledge of the payments, Cohen's statement marks the first time a member of Trump's inner circle has implicated him in misconduct. Cohen pleaded guilty to bank fraud, tax evasion, and violations of campaign finance laws. He'll be sentenced in December.
These are very serious charges and reflect a pattern of lies and dishonesty over an extended period of time.
In a separate court, Trump's former campaign manager was found guilty of 8 counts of financial crimes, including tax evasion and bank fraud. Paul Manafort's trial has been in the spotlight because it's the first to come out of special counsel Robert Mueller's probe into alleged Russian meddling in the 2016 elections. The president has condemned the investigation, calling it politically biased.
This has nothing to do with Russian collusion. This is a witch hunt and it's a disgrace.
The developments in the two trials are happening as crucial congressional elections are less than 3 months away. Trump wants to keep a Republican majority in both the Senate and House of Representatives to avoid impeachment, but the deepening legal crisis is threatening to derail his plans. Some political experts have compared Trump's legal troubles to the Watergate scandal. It led to the resignation of President Richard Nixon in 1974.
It's more serious than Watergate in the actual conduct alleged. Richard Nixon did some obstruction of justice. I think Trump stands already proven to have done more than that and suspected of doing quite a bit more. But the difference so far has been he's had a firewall in the Congress of the United States, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Trump's allies in Congress and his minority popular support have not been moved by various scandals that I think would have brought down other presidencies. Whether this is finally enough for some people to say to part company with him, it remains to be seen.
The downfall of Cohen and Manafort has been called the darkest day of Trump's presidency. But it may not be enough to lead Trump to Nixon's fate. Laila Humairah, TRT World.
Well, for more on this story, we have Chris Roebuck in London. He's a visiting professor of transformational leadership at Cass Business School, and TRT World's editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, who joins us from Miami. Welcome to you both. Now, Chris Roebuck, if I could start with you. We now have criminal convictions against a couple of people in his inner circle, but Trump remains as defiant as ever. Yesterday at a campaign rally, he again dared investigators to find any evidence of collusion against him. Now, this strategy, it does seem to be working because he is still standing. How long do you think this bulletproof vest that he's wearing will last?
Well, I think that the core problem that Trump has is that at the beginning he effectively promised people a parallel universe, and he's trying to create this parallel universe where truth isn't truth, crime isn't crime, we can do what we like. Now, as far as the practicality is concerned, he only just won. If you only just won and you trying to create a reality that doesn't really exist with rules that don't really exist with 30% of the people, but the other 70% of the people and the justice system are in the real world, you are going to have a problem. And Trump's core fundamental fault from the beginning of this was failing to understand simple population distribution, that if you only just win with small group of people towards the extreme, focusing on those people is not going to enhance your chances of winning. You need to move towards the middle. He's ignored that, and he's sowing the seeds of his own demise.
Craig Copetas, as Donald Trump accurately points out, previous US presidents and presidential candidates charged and convicted of violating finance campaign laws never faced even the slightest possibility of jail time or even impeachment. Why is the case against Donald Trump different then?
Well, In a U.S. federal court, Trump's personal attorney of 17 years, under oath, declared that the President of the United States directed him to commit a federal crime, an illegal conspiracy to violate federal election law, a conspiracy that was orchestrated, according to the court documents, to influence the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. Now, it is very true that President Barack Obama in 2008, his campaign was fined $375,000 for campaign finance reporting violations. But Donald Trump and his supporters are making a false equivalency. Obama's infractions, as well as other presidential candidates, were inadvertent and, important, they were punished under civil action. What Trump and Cohn did, according to the court, according to the indictment, according to the judge, they were involved in a criminal action. That's the difference.
Okay, and Chris Roebuck, from a financial and economic point of view, I mean, we've got the S&P 500 leading an historic bull run. We have the US economy that's continuing to expand. Jobs in the US are continuing to be created. I'm wondering, from a market point of view, why is none of this really phasing investors, employers, companies? Why is this not even a concern for them?
The simple practical problem is this, you know, you're running a business, you have customers, you have suppliers, you need to get money in. What are you going to do? You can't throw up your hands and panic and say, heavens, you know, Trump's in trouble. You've just got to carry on and you've got to do business. And it's until it gets to the point where this is creating sufficient instability in the market that people are seriously concerned, they will carry on as usual. Even, to be honest, if it gets to the point that they might have to pull Trump out and put Pence in, the system will keep rolling.
Okay, and Craig, in terms of, let's do a bit of crystal ball gazing here. What happens next? We have Michael Cohen, who's threatening to tell all against Trump, but still investigators will have to find proof behind his accusations.
Well, look, let's be real clear here. Trump is a co-conspirator. And had he lost the election, he would be going to jail with Cohen. The only reason he's not in trouble right now, he's not indicted, because there's fuzziness on whether a president of the United States can be indicted. It would have to go to the Supreme Court. Look, what's different today is this, is America is now in the end stages of the Trump presidency. It's been a reckless presidency. The concern now from people I've spoken to in Washington is that Donald Trump will do something careless, negligent, rash, you name it, on the global stage to take the focus off this personal situation. And that he could do something like that within the economic sector. The fact that the markets are unfazed right now is a great thing. The worry is that Trump will do something to put that out of whack.
Okay, Craig Copetas in Miami and Chris Roebuck in London. Thank you to you both.